been around for decades and by car lovers around the world. But in a world obsessed with better, faster, sleeker, it was only a matter of time before the Kombi reached the end of its road. Paulo Cabral has more on Volkswagen's heartbreaking decision to stop the camper van.
The Type 2 microbus, better known as the Kombi here in Brazil, first rolled off a German assembly line in 1950. Brazil started manufacturing Kombis 7 years later and is the last country in the world still producing them. Despite its antiquated design, it remains the best-sold light commercial vehicle here. The problem is that it just doesn't fit in the 21st century.
We have to stop the production of the Kombi because the legal requirements are changing. Starting 1st of January 2014, only cars can be produced that have airbag and ABS. And the Kombi cannot have airbag and ABS. The moment the car was designed, there was no thinking of airbags and ABS. That was 60 years ago, and now we try to put it in, but it doesn't make sense to put it into the car.
There's no obvious replacement for the Volkswagen van. All the alternatives are far more expensive, which means a used car market for the VW van will likely thrive for years to come. It's a cheap vehicle that's easy to maintain, ideal for people like this vegetable seller.
It's a very simple engine. Actually, it broke down this morning in the expressway. If it were a modern car, I would need to have it towed. But the van, I could fix myself with a small wire.
In over 60 years of history, the Volkswagen van became much more than a motor vehicle. It's an icon of the 20th century with a huge following of fans, some of them gathered here today. Owners of more than 100 different versions of the VW van met at the company's plant in the outskirts of São Paulo to bid farewell to an automotive era and to show off their prized four-wheel possessions. Marcelo Fioni is the proud owner of a spotless 1959 model.
This car is just full of charisma. We say the VW van can be rated 0 for aerodynamics, but 100 for likability. Just look at its face.
In its final production run, Volkswagen Brazil will make 1,200 special edition Kombis. The last one won't be sold. Volkswagen will keep it on permanent display at its plant in suburban São Paulo. Given the pace of change in today's automotive industry, it seems unlikely that another vehicle will ever break the Kombi's record of 63 years of continuous production. Paulo Cabral, CCTV, São Paulo.